Well, hello everyone. I thought I'd do an intro to a trip that Joanne and I start in a little over 12 hours from now. I'm in the travel trailer right now, and this is what it looks like when we're leaving, and it's all still nice and organized, and everything is put away. And literally, we have our kitchen sink. It allows for us anyway a trip like this, which will be in total around 6 weeks. Some of the comforts of home, and then the accessibility, the ease of access to some of the sites we will see. So I'll give you a bit of a background on this trip, or the itinerary. So in the 6 weeks or so, and I'm a little bit iffy because at the end we don't have a set timeline on the return home, and it'll be September when just showing up at a campground, a provincial park, for example, is a lot easier. But the trip out in total is over 3,000 kilometers. We're going to be doing it in 4 days, in 4 days of driving. The first day, starting tomorrow morning, of course, is leaving here in east end of Ottawa and getting as far as just west of Sudbury, Ontario. From there, the next day we go from that. It's called Chutes Provincial Park. We'll be heading to Wawa, Ontario, which is a private campground there. From Wawa, the day after, we'll be going to another provincial park called Kakabeka Falls, just outside of Thunder Bay, west of Thunder Bay. And then from that location, it's a drive to just outside of Winnipeg, Manitoba. And then the final part of the trip really is from the Winnipeg private campground to Moose Jaw, to another private campground in Moose Jaw. In Moose Jaw, Joanne and I are going to stay for 2 nights, and that gives us a full day where we will purchase all our grocery provisions in Moose Jaw, and then it's a 3-ish hour drive to Val Marie, Saskatchewan, which is in the far southern. It's almost dead center in Saskatchewan, but it's in right along near the border with the United States, and it's the gateway community for Grasslands National Park, the West Block. Now, Grasslands is actually 2 separate blocks, 2 large parcels of land. One is the West Block, and the other is called the East Block. So we spend 1 full week, so that's 7 full days in the West Block, and then we drive from there about 300 kilometers. It's over 3 hours over to the East Block, which is at a place called Rock Creek. And then we spend another full 7 days there. And from that, we move up to Riding Mountain National Park, which is in Manitoba, north of Brandon, Winnipeg. Spend full 7 days there, and then heading back 1 day on the road, and then about 5 days in Sleeping Giant Provincial Park, which is in Thunder Bay. Before then, we do the last 2 or 3 days to come home. So that's the trip itinerary in a nutshell. Both of us are looking really forward to Grasslands. It's as a former Parks Canada manager employee, it's one of the few national parks south of 60 that I did not visit during my career. I got to see most of the other ones, so it'll be neat for both of us. It's not like we're going somewhere that I spent time in for work, but Joanne has never visited. So Bison, Pronghorn, rattlesnakes. That's the one animal Joanne's hoping we don't see, but I really want to get some nice photos of rattlesnakes. Hopefully where they're not, where they're not rattling is essentially what I'd like to do, where they're just chilling out and doing their thing, and if we can find them. Prairie dogs, black-footed ferrets. This is a reintroduced species that I believe was wiped out in the area of southern Saskatchewan, so it's been reintroduced. Or it had a very, very small population, and Parks Canada has helped restore that population. Burrowing owls, and then, although burrowing owls are bird species, and the bird species, there's a large number of birds that will be key for me to see and photograph. So when we're there, I'll be bringing you along on some of the exciting outings for things like rock wren, western meadowlarks. There's 4 grebes I'd love to see, and a host of other birds. A few too many. So that's the trip. I thought I'd just do this introduction, and maybe actually quickly just the camera gear. You can see as I was packing things up the last few days, I took some photos or a little video. We're basically bringing everything. The only lens we're leaving behind is Joanne's 100 RF macro, but she's got 2 camera bodies. I've got my 2 camera bodies, and I'm leaving my 80D behind just because I don't need it. So we each have 2 camera bodies. She's going to be primarily using the 100-500 RF and her 24-105. She's also bringing the 16 for some astrophotography, and then the 50 just because she likes having the 50. I've got the 200-800 for primarily for video work, the 400, the EF, the old EF, the 100-400 RF model, the 24-240 RF, and I'm bringing along my 17-40 EF F4. Again, for astro, nighttime photography, especially with the R, which does well at night. So that's our kit. So that's the trip. I don't know if I'll be photographing or filming or doing anything on the trip out. Maybe once we're at Moose Jaw, we might do a little bit, just because if we have some spare time. The campground we're staying at is on kind of the edge of town, so we might see some of the things like western meadowlarks or something, larks, some of the lark sparrows or things that are going to be fairly popular out there, but will still be exciting for us to photograph and see for the first time. There's also a little pond there, so who knows, it could be ducks or the grebes could be in the pond, but I don't think I'll photograph a whole lot. We might do some video on the road as we're traveling out. If Joanne will do that stuff, she'll be slinging the camera for that, so I'm driving. But once we get out to Grasslands, I'll do another video. This will just be a standalone video, and I'll start doing videos out there. So I'll leave it at that. Hopefully there'll be some good videos that you'll enjoy. This is just meant to put some context over the arrival at Grasslands, and what's going to be going on. So thanks for listening for this opening, and stay tuned for the future trip being put onto YouTube. Okay, thanks a lot. Take care.